We got this afternoon, you got this room for two. One thing I'm left to do, discover me, discovering you. 1 mile to every inch, your skin like porcelain. 1 pair of candy lips and your bubblegum tongue. And if you want love, we'll make it. Swim in a deep sea of blankets. Take all your big plans and break them. This is bound to be why your body is a wonderland. Your body is a wonder, I'll use my hands. Your body is a wonderland. Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out Your Body is a Wonderland by John Mayer from the incredible Room for Squares record. Real fun song, this one. Not particularly difficult to get the nuts and bolts down. I still find it a little bit difficult to play it and sing it at the same time. It seems John Mayer's a real master of doing those kind of slightly tricky things and singing over the top so comfortably. But I think it's one that I'll get with a little bit more practice, and you'll probably get with a bit of practice as well. It's all about the automation. You've got to learn it and then just practice it over and over and gradually get used to distracting yourself with the singing while you keep that pattern as consistent as possible. Anyway, it's in drop D tuning, so you got to tune your thicker string down 1 tone. So just use your 4th string there as a guide tone to tune your thicker string down to that low D. Other than that, it's relatively simple. Let's get to a close-up and check it out. So we start here with an F chord, the 1st finger in the 8th fret of the 5th string, 3rd finger covering the 10th fret on strings 2, 3 and 4. Now we've got a nice little pretty consistent pattern here with the pick and hand. So we're going to be playing the bass note, then the chord, then a little kind of percussive hit or a mute there on beat 2, and then the bass note again. So 1 and 2 and, okay? Thumb, chord, hit, thumb. So the bass note there. 1 and 2 and. Now the next chord, we're just going to move our 2nd finger down to the 10th fret of the thicker string. It's one of those ones that John can play with his thumb because he's got seemingly elastic thumbs, but I find that pretty awkward, and using the 2nd finger is pretty simple there. And it's exactly the same pattern. Bass, chord, mute, bass. So we have F. Now 1st finger's going down on the 8th fret of the thicker string, same pattern again. Back to that 2nd chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Nice little pattern, that one. And as you can see, as soon as I start distracting myself, I end up in all sorts of bother. It'll come back. It has been a little bit of an awkward one for me to get the vocal over the top, I've got to admit. But I did exactly what I'm doing now, which is tried to get the pattern down, and then started thinking about other things, thinking about how I was going to teach it, what the fingering pattern was, about the sound. And then I started trying to add in just a little bit of vocal. We got this afternoon, you got this room for 2. One thing I'm left to do, discover me, discovering you. So that would probably be what I'd recommend. Just start real slow, get it right first of all, get it automated, get it flowing so you're not really having to think about that pattern too much. And once you feel like, yeah, I can think about something else for a little bit while the pattern stays relatively consistent, maybe have a go at singing it. If you wanted to get to singing it, maybe somebody else is going to sing it, in which case you don't have to worry about doing that part of the practice thing. Now, luckily for us, the pattern kind of stays pretty consistent right the way through. We just have a little a pre-chorus and a chorus. The chorus actually is exactly the same as the verses. So let's just check out that pre-chorus now. First finger is barring the 8th fret. Third and fourth fingers are going down in the 10th fret on the second and third strings. So we have this bass, chord, hit, and now little finger comes off. Actually, we play the bass note at the same time there. And then a chord, little hit thing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bass, chord, hit, bass and chord together. Chord, hit. So. It's actually exactly the same movement, but second finger's going down up onto the 10th fret, which is a little awkward. Again, just slow, careful practice of that is what I'd suggest. Bass, chord, hit, chord with the little finger off with the bass, chord, hit. And then the little step here, step down, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Then there's this little climb up going G minor. So this is third finger in the 5th fret of the thicker string, little finger 5th fret on the 4th string, first finger playing the 3rd fret on strings 2 and 3. Same sort of deal here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So this is the major version. This is G minor, goes up to A minor, 2 frets higher obviously, then to a B flat major. So same shape now, but first finger's playing the 6th fret on the 2nd string, second finger comes down on the 7th fret. It is essentially this kind of B flat like that because of the retuning that needs to get stepped up 2 frets. This is the common major and minor kind of E shape if you're in drop D. So G minor, A, B flat to C, to our little riff. Body's a wonderland. Into that pre-chorus, and if you want, I keep trying. I've been practicing trying to use my thumb. I haven't nailed it yet, but I better not try. Make it tipsy of blankets, take it to deep and break 'em. This is G minor to A minor to B flat to C. Your body is an F chord land. Your body is a wonder. I'll use my hand. Body is a wonderland. And the one other section there that John really goes to town for in some of the live versions is this nice little D minor section, like a little vamp bridge. I'll just show you the little octave part because it's relatively simple to do. I'm not going to try and do some of the fancy stuff John does because it'll take me a couple of decades to learn how to do it. So a nice way of doing it is just using the little drone there that the thickest couple of strings, and then you've got this nice octave line. If you need a bit of help with your octave technique, there's lessons specifically on this technique over on the website. You might want to check that out, about a little bit more about the muting and stuff. This is that first line there, and you can see I'm playing an octave here. And the idea we want really is this first finger note on the 10th fret of the 3rd string, little finger down on the 13th fret of the thinner string. But you want to be able to strum them, so generally I use the other fingers to sit on top. So I can actually strum all of the strings, and only those two are going to ring out. That's the general idea. And when I'm describing it, it's a lot easier for me to just talk about the first finger position and know that little finger is going to be down 2 strings and up 3 frets from it. So we've got this 10th fret on the 3rd string, 10th fret on the 4th string, 7, 5, 3. Then 3, sliding up to 5, and then 7 down to 5. Then 7th fret on the 3rd string to 9th fret on the 4th string. It does that same first one again. Second time, almost the same. 12th fret on the 3rd string to the 9th fret. Okay, it's just a nice little octaves line. If you're not used to playing octaves, it's a very, very good thing to learn how to do. Very useful. Bit of Wes Montgomery vibes is where most of this sort of stuff comes from, I guess. Definitely worth checking out some of that stuff, and general octave playing is a very fun technique, a good one to get in your bag. And then it goes back to a chorus, and that's it. There's one other really, really nice little part which if you're in the mood for doing some layering, or you want to get into using a looper, or you've got somebody to jam with, right over the original riff, this part, there's just here the 10th fret on the 2nd and 3rd strings, and then hammering 2nd and 3rd finger down into the 11th and 12th fret, and then sliding up 2. There's a little bit of muting. A little bit of muted notes sliding in there as well. I haven't actually transcribed exactly what that part is, but it doesn't seem to matter as long as you get the right rhythm. Again, I can talk about the count for you, but it'd be much, 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 much easier just to listen to the record and go, oh, it goes doop, 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 doop. All of these songs, if you're not listening to them, you're going to have a real pretty hard time trying to learn them anyway. So yeah, I think that's about it for this tune. Let me know what other John Mayer songs you'd like. I'm in a mood for doing a little bit more John Mayer stuff. So let me know what your favourites would be in the comments below. And remember, there's loads more Mayer. All of those good ones like Neon and stuff are over on the website. So do go and check that out. I'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.